iron in the soul.
What's up, YouTube? This is Iron and Soul, back today with another very important message. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video, leave a comment, let me know what you think about my content. In addition to that, please feel free to follow me over on Instagram at TheKingJabez, as well as my website, theironandsoul.com, where you can book a consultation or order my book. It will be greatly appreciated. Well, man, let's do some work. All married men should practice retention on some level. That doesn't mean this week. That doesn't mean next week, next month for that matter. But at some point in your marriage, this is something you should utilize as a tool to create wealth for your family, to build power, as the purpose of Steve Jobs, to help you fight some battles in life, like Muhammad Ali, and to utilize it to develop and to create music or more creativity, music, poems, art, like Prince. Every married man should practice retention at some point in his marriage. There are many ways to do this, by the way. Think about, for example, when your wife is pregnant, during that third trimester, for example, where, it's possible during that time to practice celibacy. And it's a good time for a man, especially when it's your first child, to really reflect, to get your mind, your spirit, your soul, body ready for this new responsibility as a father. That was what I did when my son was born close to 7 years ago. I remember during that last trimester of my wife's pregnancy, I was in deep reflection, getting my mind right, getting my money right, getting the house ready, the baby crib, and getting all the diapers, everything set up. Just really just transitioning into this new role of father. And so there are times when a married man can retain his seed a number of ways. One of those ways is through a sex fast. Okay? When you make a decision to fast from sex from 1 to 4 weeks, for example, even up to 6 weeks. Let's say if you are going on a fast, or you're fasting from food as well as retaining. That's a good time to get a streak going. There are times when your woman, your wife, is on her monthly cycle. Okay? And that's a period of time, 4 to 5 days, sometimes even longer, to get your mind right. And once that's over, to continue there for another 4 or 5 days, make it 10 days, make it 14 days. You get the point. There are several times within a month, within a year, within 4 years, 5 years, when a man that is married can hold on to a seed for a period of time to focus, to redirect. For some of you guys listening to this talk, to be a little more direct, to set you free from your corn addiction. Some of you married men are addicted to corn. And you're watching stuff pretty much daily that is damaging your mind. It is messing up your sex life with your wife. And that's a problem. And I do believe corn addiction leads to perversion. This will mess you up long-term as any man, but especially as a man who has a wife. And so this is something I want to caution you against. And so I think this message I'm giving today is necessary. I've gotten a lot of messages over the years from married guys. Hey, Aaron, I'm married. Can I do this? Yes. An authoritative yes. Once again, I'm going to make this as clear as possible. When your wife, I'm going to be direct. I'm not playing no games. When your wife has a monthly cycle, that is her time to retain. During certain parts of the pregnancy, that is a time for you to be on retention. There are times we make a decision to go on a sex fast as the leader of the home. That is also found in the Word of God, by the way. When you are given permission as a married man to abstain from sex for a period of time to get yourself right with the Most High. There's a season for that. We talked about King David and his men staying away from women for 3 days, 3 to 5 days for a period of time to get their minds right. The prophet, the man of God, Moses, was on the mountain with God for 40 days. He was a married man, so what does that say? He was not with his wife for 40 days. Okay, it doesn't say that, but we got common sense. So as we look at Moses, the man of God, as we look at David, King David, and so many others, there is a time when it's okay to step back, take a break, reset, recalibrate as a man who has a wife. So I say today clearly, and I respectfully say, for the guys who've asked me this question over and over and over again, here's your answer. You can, as a married man, practice seed retention a number of ways. Now, to add a little more teeth to this, not that I need to, I think this is clear enough to be honest, but to give you a little more teeth, let's talk about some successful men, famous men, who were married, who practiced seed retention. Let's talk about Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was in a relationship while practicing retention. And his purpose of retention was for the purpose of building power and wealth. So he utilized the pull-out method. This is a man's channel. I'm going to talk to you directly. We all know what that means. We're not going to sit here and play stupid today. Okay? We're not going to complicate this. I'm not going to play games with you. I'm not going to hold him out of his hands. We're all grown men here. Okay? You know how I'm coming. This iron and soul. I'm not going to play with you. The pull-out method. You can pull out. And if you're making a decision that you want to be on a streak. Bottom line. If you don't want to, that's your business. You do what you want to do. You're a grown man. Okay? You say, all right, I can't, then don't. But don't ask me, is it possible? It is possible. It was possible for Steve Jobs. And we see his utilizing of this practice helped him to go forward, to become wealthy, to become known, and to leave his mark upon the earth to this day. In fact, with some of the iPhones we have in our hands right now. Let me give you a second example. You all listening to this? LeBron James. During LeBron James' last championship victory, or that entire playoff series in the bubble, LeBron James, King James, alluded to seed retention. In fact, I have the video saved on my phone. And he was talking to a reporter and they was asking him, what are your secrets, man? You seem like you're just on fire this year. Just kind of paraphrase what the reporter said. Man, you're going in. We know you're good, but it's a certain fire in you, right? And LeBron had a smirk on his face. And he didn't want to say I'm on receiver retention. He's not going to say that. Come on now. I can tell everybody that publicly. He smiled and said, you know what? Let's just say my wife's not that happy with me right now. Let's just say my wife's not happy with me right now. What does that tell you? He's giving you the game. And the people, listen, these guys are not going to tell you flat out what they're doing. But what LeBron James was saying, I can read between the lines. I got good sense. LeBron was on retention, brother. He understood the value of the discipline. And what did he do? Guess what? He won a championship. I'm sure LeBron James studied boxers and prize fighters and understood that these men will sometimes refrain from sex, and they were often married men, by the way, which is my third example, the legendary Muhammad Ali. The legendary Muhammad Ali was a married man, and he often retained before fights, up to 60 days, up to 2 months. That was one of the keys to his success. Of course, it was his discipline and hard work ethic and skill, obviously in his heart, desire, determination, dedication, all of that. But among other things, Muhammad Ali, the legend, was a man who retained from time to time. And he was a married man who had daughters and everything. Okay? So we're not going to sit here, guys. Don't ask me this question no more. You dig? Don't ask me this no more. I heard a song. Can you do this in marriage? Yes. Ain't no excuses, homie. Yes. Now I know what you're thinking. Okay, all right, how do you do it? I utilize all of the above. Every example I gave you is what I do. That's simple. I'm not giving no details about my personal life, but it's that. Doing pregnancies, menstrual cycles, pull-out methods. This ain't rocket science, guys. Sex fast. I've done all the above at different times and for different reasons. So don't play with me. I'm not online playing on games. Listen to me, guys. Because some of you guys are trying to insinuate that I'm teaching something I'm not doing. That's why I'm giving this direct message. I'm coming for you. This is Brother Iron. I'm coming for you. This big bro talking to you. Don't play with me. I would not be online for 3 years playing with guys to give no messages about something I'm not practicing. I don't play games. And I don't think I would have this type of following if I was a phony. You understand? So I have utilized, as a married man, all of the above with success. Thank you very much. So this is iron. I could tell me I'm a little annoyed. I don't play games. I don't do these videos to play. This is business. This is a matter of life and death, guys, and that's why I'm getting a little aggressive about this, because this is not a game. I'm not here playing games with people. Guys, men's homes are being destroyed right now, guys, by sex demons, incubus, succubus spirits, Jezebel, just gross immorality, perversion, destroying homes right now, guys, destroying homes. So that's why I'm making a decision to do these talks for the last 3 years, to challenge some men to come out of that dark place. You understand? A lot of guys are in a dark spot right now with this stuff. Let's talk about it. I'm going to talk about it today, guys. Let's talk about it. Some of you guys are battling depression. Some of you guys have social anxiety. Some of you guys do not know how to act around women. Okay? And some of you guys are doing some weird stuff because of this. Let's be real. Some of you guys are involved in some weird stuff, man, and you know it. I saw a video today over on Instagram of a young man who's in prison right now for manslaughter. Yes, because of something he did in the bedroom with his girlfriend. I'll leave it right there without going into the details because it's gross. But I tell you what, guys, some of you guys are going into the deep end. And all that easy access to corn is messing up the minds of a lot, not just men and women, by the way. This is primarily a men's channel, but there are a lot of women who need to hear this too. A lot of women are messed up right now too. Messed up in the head. Y'all, some of y'all need to put y'all phone down for a long time. Straight up. Some of you men, some of you women need to put that phone down for about 6 months and use it for business only. I'm not trying to be funny, to reprogram your mind, or at least 90 days, at least 3 months. Because some of y'all, man, just involved in all type of stuff that you can't even mention publicly. You know what I mean? Depravity is what it is. And just got you in a place where you're not where you're supposed to be. So a lot of you married guys, you guys who live in girlfriends, you guys who live in married, like you're married, you need to hear this. You need to regain control over yourself, my boy. Some of you guys have lost control of your private life. You say, Iron, that's my business. You're right, it is your business, but it's my business to give you the truth. I'm coming right at you. That's your big brother talking to you. You're not gonna scare me. You're right, it is your business. But it is my business, sir, to tell you another way. It's your business what you do with this information. I'll give you that. Well, you're right about that. It's your business what you do with this. That's up to you. You're a grown man. But it's my business to speak from my heart what I know is true. And I would say that just at home, kind of just relaxing. And I felt, whenever I get these type of messages, guys, I be feeling like I'm being pulled towards it. I felt like God was pulling me to say something today. And I was racking my brain on what to talk about. I have a list of topics. You guys have flooded me with questions of different things you want me to talk about. I'm going to get to it too eventually, guys. I haven't forgot about you. Have not forgot about you guys. I have a list. Okay, I'll get to it when I can. Okay? But right now, I feel this is what the message needs to come out of me today. I feel like this is being pulled out of me. Somebody needs to hear this. And my hope is that this will save some marriages. You know, this is huge. So this is not just some random talk, guys. This is serious. Let me say that again. This is serious. You know how many families are being broken up right now because of immorality? Do you get this, guys? This is a problem. You got some men right now who can only, and I'm not trying to hurt anybody, I'm just speaking truth. There's some guys right now who can only see their children once a week because of infidelity and the wife leaves and this happens, guys. So here I am as your big brother. I'm trying to help you before it gets to that point. Where it gets to a point where you, one, lose your wife, worst case scenario. Two, you do something immoral that ends you up in jail. Because that's what this stuff leads to, by the way. All this perversion leads you down a path that you don't want to go down. Okay? Let's just be real. So this is why I'm giving you these examples of married men like Muhammad Ali, LeBron James, Steve Jobs. Married men who made a decision to practice retention. So I say authoritatively, all married men should be on retention at some point. I said what I said. I know some of you don't want to hear this. I said it. Yes, I'm not biting my tongue. Every man should do this at some point. Even if it's just 5 days. You can't do 5 days? You can't do a week? Come on. I've had some guys message me and say, I can't do a week. I'm sorry, guys. That's pitiful. I said that. That's pitiful. I'm tired of, I've been trying to be nice. It's time to step this up. That's pitiful. Get control of yourself, sir. A week? Come on, man. Are you serious? You can't be serious. But you are. And that right there is why a lot of you guys need to hear this message. So you say, I'm not married. Doesn't matter. You got a girlfriend you're living with? This is where you need to hear this. You got a woman who you're treating like she's your wife? You need to hear this. It's time to regain control over yourself and experience true power. Be positioned mentally, spiritually, physically to be a leader for the family. Spiritually, the priest, working provider, strength and knowledge, protection. All of that happens when we discipline ourselves in this area. So guys, in conclusion, all married men should practice seed retention. Bottom line, sex fast, pull-out method, during your ladies' monthly cycle, during certain periods of the pregnancy. Those are 4 solid ways for any married man within a given 365 days a year to practice retention. Notice I didn't say you should be on retention for a full year straight. But there are times within a year when you can utilize that time, those days, those weeks, they add up, get on a streak for the same reason as any other man. And I have also given you the example of 3 well-known men, LeBron James, Muhammad Ali, Steve Jobs. No excuses. This is your big brother, Iron and Soul. Thanks for listening. God bless. Peace.